Hey friends, welcome back to my Practically Imperfect Life. Today I want to talk about back to homeschool traditions, like fun ways to kick off the homeschool year. This is something that we have done in our homeschool from the get-go, just trying to make that first day of school feel special. Because I remember this when I was a kid. We always had the brand new outfit for the first day of school, and you had all of your new supplies and your cool new backpack, and you were just so excited to go and just see your friends and decorate your locker and do all of the things. And it's different, right? With homeschooling, we're not necessarily buying brand new outfits every year. You don't always need brand new school supplies, and you're not going and decorating a locker space and all of that. But you can still make the first day of your homeschool year, or even like the first week, feel like a little bit of a special occasion for your kids. And that's what we've always tried to do. We've tried to incorporate different traditions and different things that we've done each year in order to just get the kids excited to be getting started with a new school year. As they've gotten older, are they as excited to be sitting down and starting work again? Let's be honest, not so much, right? They've really enjoyed their time off. They've enjoyed their summer break, and their subjects are hard in high school. They know there's going to be a lot of work ahead of them. And so I feel like I need to work just a little bit harder to motivate them to feel, pumped to get back into the school rhythm and back into all of these subjects. And yeah, so we have found some things that have just been really great for us, especially as they hit those middle school years and going into high school. And I thought I would just share a little bit about what we've done and what it is I'm planning to do for this homeschool year. Now, one thing that's just been a staple is always having some sort of a special meal on the first day of our homeschool year. Usually it's breakfast. I'll have a spread of something, or I'll make a special request breakfast for them. Last year, my daughter and I had the opportunity to go to Europe. We had traveled with our troop and spent some time there, and we really just loved these big breakfast buffets that they had. All kinds of fresh fruit and meats and cheeses and breads and croissants and just all kinds of things. So last year, we actually did a whole European spread. We had all kinds of different things just kind of set out down here so the kids could make a plate, but then they could also come over and grab some things to munch on throughout the morning. They loved it. It was something different. It was, different foods than what they were used to, and I had sourced out some things that were more authentic and some, from France croissants, and I had gotten the fancy cheeses and all of those things. So that was a cool thing to do. Now this year we have a little bit of a difference in that my daughter now has a job at a coffee shop. So she worked all summer at a golf course, and then she wanted to be uber responsible and find a job that she could work into the winter because the golf course will be closing. And a coffee shop hired her, but they needed her to work morning hours, and that's fine. She can balance things well. She'll just start her homeschool day a little bit later on days she has a shift at the coffee shop. But she's gonna have to work our first day of the homeschool year. That's just how the schedule played out. And so instead of having everyone together for a breakfast, I thought, well, I will plan a lunch spread for them instead. And they each have very different, things that they like. So my thought is to do like a cool sandwich and salad kind of buffet for them. Have different types of meats and cheeses and sandwich toppings to make some kind of fancy sandwiches. We're not talking about let's grab the Wonder Bread and things like that, but I'm going to get some fresh bread, or I'm thinking I might bake some sandwich bread, or maybe make a sourdough loaf for some sandwich bread. And then have a couple of different toppings to make just a little bit of a higher, fancier sandwich. And then a salad to go along with it, because they both love their salads. So I'll get all different kinds of toppings, and we'll just have the kind of out as like a lunch spread, so they can pick and choose what they would like to put together and have all of those options. And I can get them ready the night before, have it all ready in the fridge, and then I can just pull it out when we break for lunch on the first day of school. So that is what we're going to do. Instead of a fancy breakfast, we're going to do a fancy lunch. But it's an easy thing to do with your homeschool, is to just plan an extra special meal. Maybe it's breakfast, maybe it's a little too chaotic getting everybody around and ready to, start your day at a certain time. So you make a special lunch or a special dinner even. If you have older kids, you can kind of incorporate them into that. Maybe ask them specifically what they would like to have as a special meal, or if there are things that they would like to make. I saw someone that I follow on Instagram who they do a fancy dinner like right before their homeschool year starts, where everyone dresses up and they kind of have just kind of a fun family meal where they're like in costumes and all of this stuff. So some sort of a special meal, easy to do. The other thing that I like to do is try to find them at least a couple of special back to school supplies. With us being in high school, there's not a whole lot that we have to get every year. I mean, we get notebooks and we might need new pens and stuff like that, but we're not having to go and buy like a whole shebang worth of stuff. We're not doing a whole bunch of art projects anymore and things like that. But I will let them, get a couple of like special notebooks that they want. Since they don't need all that many, I don't mind if we're getting the notebooks that, are $1.50 or $2 for a fancier notebook as opposed to like the 15-cent plain ones. So I'll let them pick out a couple of those that kind of go along with their personality and what they like. I also let them write in whatever color pens they want. So they each have certain brands of pens that they really like. In fact, these ones are our personal favorite as a family. I have these linked, I think, on my Amazon page as well. These are gel pens. We love them. The colors are really nice and bright. It's very easy to read. It dries almost instantly, and then it won't smear. And that's something that's huge for me, because if we're writing in notebooks or if we're writing in our workbooks, you don't want it to just be going all over the place. And there's a lot of pens where it doesn't dry right away, but these ones do. So I really do like these ones a lot. And you can get a pack where it's solid colors. They sell them like big packs of black and big packs of like the blue and the pink, but we get the multicolored packs, and then that way when they're creating their own notes, they can color coordinate them. They like to do that, have different parts of their notes in different colors, so like them to do that. And then they both get to decorate their own homeschool space kind of the way that they want it. So my daughter's has a ton of like plant themed things. She's got these little push pins that look like succulents. My son, he likes things to be very streamlined, so lots of black and white and just keeping it very simple. But again, I let him pick out what he would like, and I let her pick out what she would like. She also has her aromatherapy diffuser over by her desk, so we got her a couple of new essential oils for this year, so she can have that running when she likes to. They both enjoy having candles. We'll stock a couple of snacks nearby just to let them kind of make their space their own. Then the last thing that I like to do is just a little bit of a back to school gift bag, kind of just a few little trinkets to kind of kick off the year. Usually I'll purchase their favorite snacks, a couple of things that I know that they need, and then something fun. The last couple of years, the something fun has been fun pajama pants. We always joke that people always think that because we homeschool, we're always just lounging around in pajamas. And a lot of mornings that's actually true. The kids will come downstairs still in their pajama pants, and I don't care. As long as they're working and they're focused. If they want to lounge in sweatpants or pajama pants, I don't mind. So every year I search for some fun pairs of comfy pajama pants for them. I have ordered these pairs off of Amazon, and I can link them if you'd like to check them out. But they're just fun and a little goofy, and just something that the kids have always enjoyed. They never know what I'm going to pick out before I get it, so I try to find something that I think that they will get a laugh out of, but then also actually wear, because that's one thing about our back to school gifts is I don't want to buy things just to buy them. I want them to be things that they're actually going to use. A couple other things that I've picked up for kind of their back to school. So my kids both like Celsius. This is their go-to energy drink of choice. So I get a big pack and I split it up and I give each of them a couple, and they'll go through it fairly quickly, but that's just something that they like, and I get that for them. And then this year, instead of getting like a gift bag to put things in, underneath their desks they both have trash cans, and they get a little rough after a while. You get stuff in the bottom of them they can't quite clean out, or they get really scratched up or banged up. And we moved around some furniture not too long ago, and one of them got a huge crack in it. So I get these. They're like $5. I get them at Meijer, which is our local grocery store chain. So this one's got the cacti on it, and this one's for my daughter. And then this one's just kind of the weathered wood look. and that's for my son. So they can throw them under their desks and just have, each have their own. Then I'll put like all of their gift items within here. So I got a big old pack of gum to split up between the two of them. Their favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids, so I got each of them a bag of those. And then I got each of them a candle as well. So I found this one that says it's Trick or Treat, caramel, sea salt, and whiskey scent. And it smells really, really good without being overly sweet. So I got this one for my son because he loves candles. He's become a bigger candle addict than I am. And then for my daughter, I got this one called Porchside Blossoms. And this one I like too. She doesn't like things that are sickly sweet. So she doesn't like the vanillas, the sugar cookies, or anything like that. And she more likes the soft florals. Like, she just doesn't want it to be intense, but she wants it to smell nice. So this is, I think, perfect. It smells like my garden, which I love. So I think she'll like that one. So they can burn these at their desks, but more likely they are going to take them up to their bedrooms because they've always got candles going in their bedrooms when they're up in there. Like I said, my son goes through them like crazy. Like last year for Christmas, I think I got him 3, and man, he always had them going. So his room always smelled amazing, but he whipped through those candles way too fast. So they'll get those things, and then I'll put in the pajama pants that I ordered for them, and I might look for just like another little trinket or something like that. Then the last thing I do is I grab a card. So this is my card storage box. Now, this is something I started to do a few years ago, but Amazon has these big packs you can get of cards with, I mean, you can get all different kinds of themes. You can get all the different types of cards. So I have just this whole collection of cards, and they're organized. There's little dividers in here by category, but I have graduation cards, wedding cards, thinking of you, get well soon, different holidays, and all of that. It's really handy because if something is coming up that month, I can go through in here and I can grab a card, fill it out, and get it sent instead of having to go to the store every time I need a card for something. So like I'll go in here and I'm going to find, I have a whole selection of them that are either cards for encouragement or blank cards. So I'll pick out a card for each of the kids and I will write them a little note, just kind of wishing them well on the start of their school year. So that could be another idea, is to write a special note or a special card to your kids, just encouraging them at the start of the school year. Or maybe you have a theme for your homeschool for the year, or a verse that you are going to be using kind of as your family verse for the homeschool year. And that could be something to be sharing with them and to write to them about. But I think those personalized notes, I think they mean more to our kids than what we realize. I have found that when I do take the time to write them, there's something that my kids save. And I think that's special. And when they have done the same for me, I certainly have saved all of those. So a couple of quick ideas on ways that you can kick off your homeschool year. Nothing too crazy, nothing too hard to do. Like I said, maybe plan a special meal. Let them pick out a few back to school supplies that are special and unique for them. And maybe even consider doing just a small little back to school gift. You don't have to necessarily get a whole bunch of things. I love to give gifts. That is my love language. I love to give things to other people. And so putting together something like that for my kids is always a lot of fun. And I don't get to do it for that many more years, so I'm gonna enjoy it while I can. So those are a couple of the things that we do in our homeschool each year. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what kind of traditions you have in your homeschool for that first day of the homeschool year, or kind of to celebrate the back to homeschool season. I'd love to see what kind of things you guys are doing with your families, and maybe steal an idea or two to incorporate into our own. Thanks so much for joining me for today's video, everybody. I will see you in the next one, and until then, happy homeschooling.
Washed away just like lines in the sand.